Let me help that out there. It might be a little bit. I had the mics muted. What's going on, Will?
Yeah. What up?
Hey, Minister might be joining in a little while. He dropping his kids off, so he'll let us know. But what I will say is we got to talk about your boy Biden, man. We got to get established on your president. You know how y'all want to work this or whatever. You got yourself muted
Hey,
on purpose.
I did. Well, I'm back
Okay.
now. Yeah.
All right. So, how do you feel about your boy Joe Biden, brother? First of all, let's talk about it. He got the vaccine mandates going on. You got a lot of people where they're having to either walk off their job or submit to the mandates, and you got a lot of people that's confused or not. Well, I can say confused, conflicted with what they want to do. What is your opinion on it? Because this y'all boy.
I mean, uh, if I recall correctly, you voted for him too. But yeah. Hold on. I
Process
mean,
of
you did vote
elimination. But
for him,
this
right?
y'all boy though.
That's what I thought. You voted for him too. But nah.
Yeah,
Hold on. I'm
good
trying
one.
to get set up and do this. All right, cool. We
Classic.
good now, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. Need some more. Hold on. But yeah. Hold on. So I don't know everything about it. I just know it's mandated for the federal government. Is it mandated now for everybody or something?
Certain states, from what I recall, mandate, not like New York, California too, that I know because of sports or whatever. The state of Georgia, Kemp is fighting against the mandate. A lot of these Republican states are fighting against the mandate or whatever. So you have that aspect. So it don't really affect it like that, but it might affect you because you're a government employee. And I remember you said that a couple episodes ago, like the people that are dealing with patients are mandated for the vaccine or whatever. But
Now
when it
it's
becomes
everybody.
now it's everybody. So what you gotta
Yeah.
do, cuz? Cause
I
I
gotta get
remember,
like yeah.
I remember,
I
wait before you tell me your decision. I remember you were saying, man, if it come down to it, I'll leave. Or so now that it's real, now that you
no, I
invested
ain't
yourself in
never
your
said
life.
that. I ain't
Oh,
never
we can go back
said
some episodes, bro.
we can go. We got to go back to the episode then pull that up. I ain't never said that. I said the only
Okay,
way I
well, I
would
might
get
be
it.
confused. I might be
Yeah, the only
confused.
way I would get it is if it's gonna affect me having a job. And with that being said, it is affecting me having a job, so I gotta
Have you
get
got
it.
it yet? Have you got it
Nah,
yet?
I ain't got it. I ain't got it yet, but they've been pushing it, letting everybody know November 22nd is the last day.
Oh, so you finna have that Thanksgiving thump.
Pretty much. I'm gonna try to get it tomorrow. Actually, I want to get it on a Monday in case I do get sick. I gotta miss work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus
So which
if I
one are
get
you
it on
gonna
a
get?
Friday, I'm sick of the week. I'm gonna get the Justin Johnson. I'm gonna do the one shot, get it over with.
The one Dave Chappelle was talking about. The
Exactly.
nigga one.
Yeah, give me the third. Give me the third best one. The one that you give it to the homeless people. Yeah, I'm with this.
Yeah, because
That's
you
the
don't
one I'm
see
getting.
I don't hear about them and all this equation. You don't hear about them. But what is your opinion on the mandate, though? Do you think like it's fair?
No, I think it's bullshit. I mean, the only reason I'm getting this vaccine is because it'll take away from my livelihood if I don't.
Right.
So it's definitely bullshit. It's not. It's not fair at all. I mean, it's bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. My opinion on it is, uh, I don't really, I don't think the mandate is valid. I think it should be
Yeah.
an option, but at the same time, when you're dealing with when I put it like this, I think like if a job itself said, "Hey, I want to mandate," I don't think it's fair for the government to mandate people to do this or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Because if you own your own company, you can run it how you want to run it. So you might have some of these companies that in these states where it's mandated like statewide or whatever. And it's like, well, I don't really feel the way everybody else feel about the vaccine or whatever, but due to state policy, I have to do it. You
Right,
get what I'm
right,
saying?
right. I
So
mean, I
I
completely
think
agree.
what up, Dante? I think that's the
Going
bad part
on.
about it. Like, I feel like uh by the government, that's that big government thing everybody talking about. That's what Republicans don't like. This is the Republican side of you saying, hey, we don't believe in big government, because that's all this is right now. It's bullying folks. It's bullying
Right.
folks.
It
And for
really
the
is.
people that don't, and for the people that's not pro-vaccine, or I ain't gonna say pro-vaccine, but the people that's weary of this particular vaccine, it's like you take them they freedom away, in my opinion. And then if they are weary of this vaccine, they get ostracized in the public's eyes, or in the eyes of people that are pro-vaccine. So it's like a race war without color.
Right. It's a race war with vaccine. That's all it is. The vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. I feel like that's what they're kind of trying to do. And I mean, just logically, to me, it don't make a lot of sense to force people to get this vaccine, because you still test positive, you still get coronavirus. They say it's supposed to lessen your sickness. That's it. But you still
Yeah.
test positive. So I can see if it was a cure to it. Now, if it was like, hey, you take this, you'll never get coronavirus again. I'm like, all right, cool, let's get it. But that ain't
And
the
I
case.
think that might be the difference between this vaccine. I'm like, ain't no telling how many vaccines they put in these kids or whatever. Now it's hard to keep up. But
Right,
if I'm not mistaken, most vaccines are to prevent you from getting these illnesses. I could be wrong. What
right.
the flu vaccine, does it prevent you from getting the flu, or does it just prevent your symptoms?
I don't know, but I do know. I remember when my kids were younger, they took the little chickenpox vaccine, and that's to prevent them from getting chickenpox.
Oh wow.
So
I
on
got
that one, I
chickenpox
can
on
definitely
purpose.
speak. For
I got
real, for real.
chickenpox
Wow.
on purpose. My
You get
sister
out of
had it.
school?
Yeah, my sister had, and I was like, man, she was out of school for a week. So I'm all up here hugging and kissing on her. Man, when I got that chicken pox, I said, y'all didn't tell me about this side of the game here. What? I'm talking about itching like crazy.
Yeah, I remember that, John. Well, yeah, our kids won't get it because they had that shot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey,
So
speaking of, Dante in the comments, he brought up how this issue, the situation with Kyrie, and he was talking about how he can play for the Hawks and play against Brooklyn and all that. We don't have enough trade assets, but it's a player for the Hawks that took the vaccine, and he ended up developing blood clots, and that's one of the symptoms of the vaccine. They're not saying that he got this from the vaccine, but that is one of the symptoms of the vaccine. So we can only
right.
put those two together, like go hand in hand. Now he out for the whole season. This might be the end of his career. I think his name is Brandon Jenkins or Jennings or something like that or whatever. But I know the first name Brandon. But the point is, this man took the vaccine perfectly healthy, and now his season over with, possibly his career, because blood clots. That's why Chris Bosh not playing no more. So
Right, right.
that's the weird part about it. That's what people saying they worry about it. And they tell you, like, they'll tell you all the deaths from people that don't caught coronavirus. They'll tell you all the deaths from people that don't got cancer. But why don't y'all tell the number of deaths of the people that took the virus? Because we know it exists. It might not be
Yeah,
as much, but we know it exists. People have died from the vaccine. And I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm not anti this vaccine. I just don't like the process of how they're going about implementing this vaccine.
right. I don't like the forceness of it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just something about the forceness of it that make it ain't right. Something wrong. You know what I'm
The land
saying?
of the free, bro. We're in the land of the free until
Right. I
and
mean, it's
now
like you go to a
Biden
car
numbers
dealership.
are like down. Biden numbers are down. Then
That's
I was
it.
listening to somebody. They were talking about like doing a press conference. You know how most time the president stick around for questions. They say as soon as Biden say what he got to say, he gone. He don't even take questions. Biden is the
I
big
mean,
dog.
well, we know he's not gonna run for a second term. He's just too fucking old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I think this is on his bucket list. He crossed the shit off his bucket list to become the president, and he better be done, man. That's why he don't care about making these vaccine mandates. You know what I'm saying? He
And
knows a lot of people ain't feeling this shit, but oh well, man. I got 4 years. That's it. I ain't trying to do it.
Yeah, you got a lot of people like literally like walking off on their job behind this mandate. Like I heard it
True.
was a big walk off in New York with the nurses, and it's like with that, that's crazy. Y'all said the nurses was first responders, how great they are, how they saving lives, but then you turn around and fire them a year later. That's crazy to
Right.
me.
That's
That's
very true.
crazy.
I
Like,
mean,
come on,
that's
man.
very similar to the Kyrie Irving situation,
Yeah,
where they were just testing at first. The NBA was doing the test. I mean, I understand it ain't the NBA that's mandating the vaccine; it's the state of New York. So, but it's like, so why can't I just continue to do what I've been doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was wrong with that? I wouldn't get sick then,
right.
so why I got to get a vaccine now?
Yeah, and that's what he was saying. Like, and a lot of people ripping. Like, I saw on some of these sports shows. I didn't like actually go pull up his Instagram. This was like 20 some minutes where he went on and did this, where he spoke on his situation. But
Yeah,
he was just saying, like, look, I'm unsure about it. Like, let me have it. He also said, look, I already know everything is gonna come with this. So he get it. I'm not even mad. Like, first of all, we all gotta say this ain't whether Kyrie take it or not, it ain't finna affect our lives regardless. It's just another player we can watch that's entertaining. So it's not affecting none
right.
of our livelihood. But if you look at how they doing, bro, it's crazy, bro. And you got people that's in your situation, his situation, and and people ain't taking your approach because they might not have a family like you have, or they just might so gun ho on their principle. They not taking this vaccine. So y'all already talking about how with the workforce, how unemployment rate is so high. Thanks, Joe Biden. But anyway, the unemployment rate is so high. But then you sit up here
Right.
firing like or putting people in a position where they have to choose. And I don't think that's cool at all, man.
No, I
It
mean, don't
just
get me
it's
wrong.
not cool.
Kyrie,
It's it, it-
Kyrie
it's
got the
not
perfect.
logical.
Nah, it ain't logical at all. But Kyrie got the perfect situation. Even if he don't play, he gonna get 17 million
Right.
still
But everybody not
for
in that
not playing.
situation though. But then
Exactly. That's
but what they
everything. Like,
bringing
I'm
up
not in this
is
situation.
what they bring it up what like the extension that they offered him, they took it off the table for right now. To I guess he decided to take the vaccine. But we also know that the type of money they making now, that's really for a short span, maybe at the max 20 years out their life, and then you go back to being, trying to hold on to that or whatever. So it will affect them in the
Yeah.
long run, for as what the extension to be, the money he missed, because he's not gonna make this type of money again. You get what I'm saying? Like if
True.
he
Most
was
definitely.
supposed to
Yeah.
make 25 million this year, and he only get, well, I think it was 35, but if he only gets 17, that's basically cutting it in half. And who's to say you'll get a chance to make that 18 or 17 back in the long and on the back end? So,
Right.
but y'all, you see what happened with Ben Simmons. It wasn't about the vaccine, but him holding out because he didn't want to be there. When they took away eight point some $1 million,
Right.
$8.5 million, whatever, he came back. And
He
I was
went
listening to
back.
Shaq. Shaq said he had just bought a $15 million house, you know. So
Yeah.
they took 8.5. So he like, you gotta come back to work to make this money. You got to come back to work to make this money.
Right.
So,
Right.
but I
Right.
think he made
Yeah.
his point. I mean, I feel like Biden might be the worst president in our lifetime, bro. He might be, bro. He might be
What?
in our
How?
lifetime. In our lifetime. Look at the unemployment. I mean, we got us. This is unprecedented times or whatever. Like we never seen nothing like this before. But that's why you're the commander in chief. He knew it ain't like now. I get like, okay, let's look at somebody like Trump. This happened while Trump was during his administration. Biden, you knew exactly what it was going into the administration. So it's like his numbers are so low. Then they talking about something about with gas prices up high, and it's like with shipping and all this stuff. They say it's like so many shipyards out here with not enough people to work and unload this stuff. So now we get just like we got cart. I mean, the low cargo carts on these boats just sitting there with who knows what's on it that people may need. Maybe some medicine on, maybe the cure for vaccine on there, but we can't get it
Right.
all. Like, come on, man. We got to
Yeah.
say Biden is not looking good. And another thing is, it kind of is not the same, but it kind of reminds me of like when you have a president going out and a president coming in. The president that did let's say an 8-year term. Let's look at what Obama administration. When Trump came in, Trump was able to keep it rolling, and all the good stuff that was coming from it, like his first 2 years. Of course, Trump technically gets the credit for it, but we know it's the previous administration.
Right.
So are we gonna
Exactly.
blame this on the previous administration of Trump, or can we just say Biden is really dropping the ball?
I mean, on the vaccine mandate, that's Biden because Trump don't got nothing to do with that on the mandate part of it. So to me, that's definitely
Biden. Dante said, "At least give us the money." I feel you, bro. I feel you. So, like right now, man, America might be missing Trump. Like you just didn't like the rhetoric. He was a Twitter whore. You know, he couldn't stay off of Twitter.
Right.
But outside of that, you know,
no,
jobs was up.
I know I used to joke around about it a lot about voting Republican or whatever, voting for Trump. I might be leaning towards that direction. And it's gonna be because they making me take this vaccine.
And that's what a lot of people saying during the midterm election. The Democratic Party is going to lose this stronghold they have right now. A lot of people either gonna not vote at all, or they're gonna turn Republican because of the situation that the government has put them in. And it's not just the vaccine; it's a lot of stuff that's affecting people's livelihood due to the pandemic. But Biden, you gonna get the blame for everything, even though like nobody wants to blame about it, nobody wants to talk about it. But hey, like I remember we had a episode a couple of weeks ago, and we were saying like which president is better. And I brought up how we was able to point the finger at Trump, no matter what it was. We was pointing the finger at Trump. Your mail came late. That's Trump's fault. But now with this whole Democratic Party, it's like nobody wants to take the blame. They blame it on the Congress. They blame it on the Senate. They blame it on governors. But nobody wants to take accountability. Like, look, we fucking up. Nobody wants to say that.
I mean, for me, it is the vaccine. Because of this vaccine that Joe Biden mandates federal employees to take, every federal employee got to take it. That lost me as a Democrat.
So you're no longer a Democrat.
I'm saying it now. I'm no longer a Democrat.
Yeah, we got us a Republican in the house now.
Over this vaccine mandate. Because you're forcing me to put something in my body that I don't want to put in my body.
So you finna start watching Fox News, my brother?
Nah, I ain't even gonna watch Fox News.
That's your party, though, bro. That's your conservative party. You got to watch your people.
Nah, I ain't gonna watch it now because they're gonna make me mad. But when it comes time to vote, I mean, because this is the thing. Trump, they was tripping over goddamn masks. Like, they was like, hey, man, we don't really got to wear this shit for real. So I know Trump ain't going to make motherfuckers take a vaccine, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I don't think he would have mandated it. I don't think he would have mandated it.
I don't think he would have either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dog, like I said, they ain't care about wearing no mask. They definitely ain't gonna make nobody put in no motherfucking vaccine in.
I saw a commercial and it had Kemp, his wife, and what is the TV personality? It used to be on Channel 2. I can't think of her name right now. But he had a news personality that's real popular in Georgia. And they was talking about it was a vaccine commercial. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Kemp up here, and he was encouraging people to get the vaccine, but it wasn't saying mandated. He's like, no, do your research and all. I said that's how you should do it.
That's how you should do it. I agree with that.
And the report and both they said we might disagree on everything else, but this right here, man, be smart about it. We suggest you take it. And I think that's how you go. You can suggest it, but to mandate it. And when I say mandate, what's even crazier now, they talking about now they might they almost done or they have the vaccine where you can take it from 5 and up. And I like a 5-year-old. Come on now, man. Oh
yeah, it's coming for sure.
Also, I don't know what state it was in, but it was a lady taking her kids to get the flu vaccine, and they accidentally gave her the COVID vaccine, and every symptom you can get from this vaccine, her kids got it. That sounds like a lawsuit to me.
Easy money. That should be easy money.
Yeah, it's like
real easy money.
But I don't think this vaccine should be for little bitty kids. I really don't. Now that part I'll say no way. I'm not with that at all. Not for little bitty kids.
If they mandate it,
I was saying okay, they body a little more developed or whatever. But and
if they mandate it, what you gonna do? If they mandate it, what you gonna do?
What, at the schools? Oh man, my wife already talked about it. They ain't going. We already talked about that. We ain't with that because like I say, they what else? Whatever. Let's say we have a symptom 10 years down the line. We don't live to have our life already, so it might suck, but the point is we experience life. To take that from a kid that's 5 years, 10 years from when they 15, and with all these symptoms or whatever may come from it or whatever, if it's any side effects, they gotta deal with it for the entirety of their life. I'm not with it. I'm just not.
See,
That's the part
that's my thing right there. You said everything right there, man. Like, I don't think it's gonna be nothing like I take the shot and I fucking grow an extra ear on my forehead. I don't think it's gonna happen like that. I think it's more so like you said, the whole 10-year thing. It's gonna be something happen way down the line that was started by taking this vaccine, in my opinion.
Yeah, so that's and I'm not saying it will be a side effect, but it's the possibility. That's what people scared of. That's what people scared of. They like, look,
that's exactly.
Listen, man, y'all don't rolled out this vaccine. It's just how fast this vaccine came out. But on the pro-vaccinated people side, I will say this here: if something happened to us right now, let's say you slice your hand real bad, and you have to go to the hospital. You don't know what the hell they doing to you, but you go in there in good faith that they're gonna take care of you. So on the pro-vaccinated side, I get that when we go to the hospital, we don't know what they doing to us or whatever. We just entrust in them. So if we're entrusting them with that, why we can't entrust them with this? But like I said, though, it's how fast this got pushed out. Then you're mandating it to me.
Right.
You're mandating. At least when you go to the hospital, they'll tell you, are you allergic to this? Are you they see what's going on with you when they'll know if they can or can't give you certain things or whatever. There's no boundaries with it. Just take the vaccine. And I don't like how the liberal party, and I'm just saying the Democrats, like they're the ones behind pushing this here. They gonna lose many people in the midterm election. I can almost guarantee that. Yeah. I don't know what Biden can do. I don't know what Biden can do in a year's time to curb this narrative.
Nothing. I mean, they're gonna try to roll Kamala out there. That's what they're gonna try to do. She's a minority woman.
Listen, I'm not saying he can't turn this around. I'm not saying where if they come up with the cure for COVID or whatever. But as it stands right now, it don't look good for this guy here.
Nah. Honestly, I mean, truly, this election term or whatever, I can't see myself voting Democrat. I really can't. Not after this mandate.
But you are gonna vote.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna vote. I like to vote. So
I don't know why, but they can legalize weed. But what about the states that is already legal in? And like California is legal in California, but that state is mandated with it. So, but California is pretty much a Democratic state anyway. But I don't know, man. After something like this here, who knows what will come out of this? Who knows? Yeah. I just know that Biden gonna have to come with a full hook game to beat this here, because I mean, and I got a client.
Prices high. It's terrible.
I got a client that work at Lockheed Martin or whatever, and he I don't know his financial situation, but since COVID been going on, he been getting a part-time job, and it's like he don't lost about four of them. Some because they changed up the schedule. One he just quit because it was too much work, too hard. The work was too hard. And I'm like, bro, how you keep getting these jobs, man? There's people out here looking for jobs. He's like, man, they everywhere. He said they can't keep nobody.
Yeah.
But speaking of what Dante talking about the money, they got the little child care act thing going on. And I don't know if that's truly the name of it, but people get money if you got kids. So he is giving y'all some type of check. And this monthly, I don't know how much. What is it?
Nah, it ain't.
I don't even ask my wife what it is.
Yeah, I forgot. I mean, I know we get it, but it ain't nothing special. Truthfully, it's gonna be it's the same money that you get come February anyway. He just giving it to you a little bit earlier. Now, come February, your check, if you've been spending that money, your check ain't gonna be as thick as it was, as it normally is every year.
They're gonna get it on the back end.
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like you getting the money up front. Now, come February, when you used to getting that big check, it ain't gonna be the same because you already got your money for your kids. You see what I'm saying?
Don't they also have it if you don't get it now? Like you can put it all on hold, and then around tax season it come with one lump sum.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. I didn't know that. I didn't even question. I was just like,
Yeah.
okay. So they getting it. So this ain't really, this is just your tax money, basically. But what about the
Right.
people that
It's not
don't
a
work?
bonus.
What about the people that don't work and they getting this check? How they gonna get it out of
I
them?
don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea. I only think you can't because you had to submit your tax returns from the previous year in order to get it anyway. So I don't think that those people getting it.
But like I say, you got a lot of people quitting their jobs because it's here. So you got some people that quit their job knowing that they got that, whatever that is, they got that little check coming.
Right. Right.
So how are they gonna get it out of them if they not working? It's just good. It's just logical question for me to ask.
Yeah. No, I mean that is a good question. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know.
And
It
I
can
know
be
one thing what
dangerous.
they can do is increase people pay. Like the grocery prices going up, gas prices going up, but paychecks not going up. Now,
Exactly.
if Biden could find a way to manipulate that where people make more money, I think the only company I know that's like on top of that, and I can see where they at now. I say in 5 years, I think their minimum wage will go up. It's Amazon. Amazon is the only one I know. They're saying like, look, we paying all employees $15 an hour, and if they live in states where the cost of living is higher, they get paid more. Amazon's the only one I know that's can't. Amazon run the world though. Amazon is
That's
King
true.
Kong. Amazon is King
Dog,
Kong.
that is dog, if I can't find, I went to the store today. I couldn't find nothing. Guess what I went to?
You did what
Amazon,
now?
dog. I went to the store today and I couldn't find something. I went to Amazon.
Hey man, ever since I got put on Amazon, bro. Oh man, it's like heavy. I told her I only let my wife see my wish list because I feel like it's filthy. It's so thick in there. It's so much stuff in there. So and I sometimes like I told her I get a package coming. I gotta get it before she do. You don't know what this is, shouting.
Right,
Might be
right.
some coke in this goddamn gonna package, shouting. You know what I'm saying? So he said, Dante said today it's the worst job in the world. I mean, now I ain't arguing that. I'm just saying that they the only ones I know is pushing forward, like for us financially. They trying to be on top of that or whatever. And
Yeah.
all for all the Black Lives Matter. Now because wait. They say when you go inside there, they got all these different type of banners for all this different type of stuff up there. I'm not gonna talk about what I was finna say because I said I'm not gonna discuss this on the show no more. But he got it for that group of people too. All that stuff up at Amazon. And yeah, so I'm just saying, like, I think Amazon is like pro liberal, I guess. Everything
Yeah.
they with all that, and even like I said, even with the minimum wage though, you have companies this you got some people out here still getting paid $7.25, and I don't know how you survive off that. Even as a teenager, and your parents are well off financially, they don't need your money. You ain't doing too much with that. Even with
Yeah, nah,
teenagers, I don't
that's
feel like
terrible,
that's enough
dog.
money.
Dog,
That
you
you
work 3 hours,
7.25.
you're
That's
gonna
what you
make
pay a 10-year-old.
hey dog, 3 hours, you're making $21 and change, man.
Imagine the
Three
whole
hours of
shift.
work. Hell no, bro. You can't do it.
Now, so what is that? A whole shift?
I don't know, man.
Well, you said 21, 42, 28. It's like 20 some dollars, $28 an hour. I ain't even counting the last hour because we're gonna just say that's your break in taxes right there. So basically, you don't make $42. You make $42 for the day.
For a day.
For a day,
That's
$42.
crazy.
You probably got with that. You probably got a better chance of picking up cans and taking it to the recycling center.
Facts, bro. I mean, then it's McDonald's, so it ain't like you sitting down. You on your feet for 8 hours.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring home $42 in a day.
You
No
better
way.
not have no kids. You better not be out here making bad decisions, having kids and ain't got, you know what I'm saying, you ain't married or you don't have no husband in the household.
Is that the
Or a
real
man
minimum wage for real?
out here making babies, and you can't afford to take care of your situation. Think $42. Boy, stop. Boy, stop. So that's 420, $210 a week. $210 a week.
$210 in 1 week.
That's tough out there.
That's why people turn to the streets, man. Real talk, man. Like, yeah. That's too slow.
What
That's
Dante
way
say
too
right
slow.
here? 45 for 3 hours ain't much better. Most jobs literally saying a day of your life is worth $100. I agree with that. I agree with that, Dante. I agree with it. But with the $45 in 3 hours, so that's basically what, $90 a week, a day or whatever. At least that's almost a $500 check. Not saying you can do much with $500. That ain't gonna push you too far ahead or whatever. You still, you can live poor though. You can be poor with $500 a week. You in poverty with $210 a week, bro. You live in poverty below. Like you should get that job and live in your car. If you living in your car making $210 a week, you might be have a van. Get your one of them vans or whatever.
If you making that little bit of money, where you getting a car from?
That's true. That's true.
You are walking to work, bro, or riding a bike.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I just feel like we can do better. And what Biden got to push up the federal minimum wage, like James said, increase the federal minimum wage. Not even the minimum wage, just the medium wage. What about that?
Right. Thank you. Like I work for the federal government. You know how mad I'll be if I found out like federal minimum wage went up to like $20 an hour. I mean, I still make more than that, but it's like, yo, that's way too close. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we have this education for?
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. And if you think about it, not even federal. What about state compensation for work or whatever? What about that? Corporations, they're gonna pay you what they want to pay you. But if you're working for the government or the state, I think like your pay should be a little different.
Right.
You should. I hate state taxes. I hate federal taxes, but I hate taxes. Period. How about that?
Me too.
How about that, Biden? This is what you do, Biden. Exempt taxes for a whole year. I know this is gonna fuck up the economy, but it's gonna make us live better.
Right. Are you truly for the people? Goddamn.
No, he's not. He's not. And see that's I think when he was running, he was giving that. He was giving out the idea that that's what he was for. But when it really come in, it's like the government. What they say about the Democrats, they want to control everything. They want to control. They want their hands in everything. Right. And now you messing with people's bodies, and that's where the confusion gonna come in. And you see how they doing Kyrie, bro. I'm like, look how they talking about this man here making his own decisions in life.
It's really just Stephen A. Smith. That's the one who going in on Kyrie for real.
Hey man, Stephen A. Smith, man. Did you see when him and Jay Williams went at it?
I seen him and Stephon Marbury going back and forth.
Yeah, Steph spoke on it too. But he kind of, I think he got Steph in the long run. When he came back and rebutted what Steph said. Is when Steph was talking about like we need to silence him and all that. He said, in your documentary, you came and got me to do your documentary. That's the part. I'm like, dang, he got you there. I don't know what I'm talking about, silence me, but you came and got me. So I'll say this here. On that part right there, Stephen A. Smith won. You can't talk about somebody that you went and sought out for their help. It ain't like Stephen A. Smith said, I'm doing a documentary on you, and I'm just letting you know. No, bro, you did your documentary and you went and got this man. So you can't say fuck him now when you wasn't saying that then. Like, if you're in a position like that and you disagree with all the moves Stephen A. Smith making now, even if you agree with them back then, you just fall back. You fall back from bro.
Yeah.
But Stephen A. Smith, he a goofy to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. Stephen A. Smith was a goofy to me, and everything he's doing, you can tell it's like he got a hand up his back, like he's the puppet. Whatever they say do, he rocks with it, and he think he coming off and saying some fly stuff. But hold on. I'll say this how Steph got Stephen A. Smith back, but I think it was probably he looked like he had the same clothes on, so it might have been in the same conversation. But Stephen A. Smith posted himself training for boxing. Oh my God, Joseph. Like, bro, I was watching that last night and I was listening to Stephon Marbury talk about it, bro. It had me coughing, laughing, bro. I started coughing. It was so funny to me. It's like, man, look at this dude here. Like, bro, you would get destroyed in a fight. Like, that right, man, you need to fire your trainer for teaching you that right there. Did you see how far his legs was spread? The way he was reaching, man, oh my God. Listen.
And that uppercut looks so goofy, man.
Listen, man. You can just jab him to death. You ain't got to throw no hook shots in there because all this open, everything open. He up here like this here. Oh my god. Listen, I haven't fought in years, bro. I'm talking about years. But if that's how somebody will fight me, I'll fight every day. I'll fight every day somebody fight me like that. So, but back to the comments or whatever. Stephen A. Smith, he said that when after Kyrie came back and said, this is my personal choice. I'm taking my time. Stephen A. Smith was like, yeah. And he called him selfish. But then he said, I want you to play because I want New York to win the championship. Ain't that selfish?
Right. True.
That didn't make sense true. To me. You being selfish. And
yeah, I don't think you can say somebody's selfish because they don't want to take a vaccine to play basketball. That's not being selfish.
And what they say is, they say, get off of Google and listen to the scientists. So for somebody like me, I don't know a scientist. So where can I go? You tell me don't go to Google. So what science am I listening to? The scientists that y'all put up on y'all networks? Am I
the
scientists supposed to listen to?
The scientists that created the vaccine? No, bro.
Right, but it's also a group of scientists that disagree with those scientists. I can't listen to those though, right? Because they don't know what they're talking about. But the scientists,
don't listen to the ones exactly. Yep.
That y'all put forward. Even if you got, I don't even think you should go a scientist that's anti this vaccine or pro this vaccine. You need to go find one that's in the middle. Say these are the pros and cons of everything, and just tell you exactly what it is.
You talk to the one that's anti. You talk to the one that's anti, and you talk to the one that's pro. And you go from there.
The reason I say I wouldn't do that because if I'm pro, I'm gonna make it fit my narrative. Just like when I was talking about when you said you're a Republican now, and I asked what you gonna go to Fox News because when you got people that's Republican, they go to Fox News because that's their safe haven. They're gonna tell you what you want to hear. You got people that's Democratic, they're gonna go to CNN or MSNBC because it's fitting a narrative that they want to hear. You got to go outside networks to get the real information, where it's neutral, and you can make your own decision off of neutral information. But if you go on something that's gonna fit your narrative, you already whatever it is in life. If you go on something that's gonna fit your narrative, you already pretty much saying you're gonna do it. You just want somebody to say, yeah, you're right.
All I know about me going Republican is Democrats are making me taking this vaccine.
Hey, I swear, I love Takara. I swear, Shawty be saying, this is it, my body, my choice, until it's time for a vaccine. I can abort a baby, but I can have something coming out my body, but I can't control what goes in my body.
There you go. Man. Yeah. I told you a long time ago, she's my spirit animal, man. She said what I be thinking.
Yes.
I just can't articulate it that well sometimes. But yeah, she on the money with that. My body, my choice. What happened to that? I might post that tonight.
I give you that.
I might just post that tonight, man.
Here our folks right here.
What up?
I wish, Christian, we would have did a show last week where we could really be up to date with the Chappelle show because, and I wouldn't go in full detail about it because I don't want to talk about that stuff no more. But it would have been cool just to hear your position on that show right there.
What, the Chappelle show?
Yeah, I mean not the Chappelle show, but his latest stand up or whatever.
Wait, you talked about it last week?
No, I didn't even do a show last week, bro. I got caught up with the kids and stuff like that, so we didn't do a show last week.
Gotcha.
But I'm just saying, being that, and here and on the show, he was talking he's a feminist and all this stuff here. I just want to hear Christian, who's a self-proclaimed feminist. How do you feel about Chappelle?
I mean, what did he say the definition? Now he said a definition, but I forgot what he said though. I think he said someone who believes that women should have equal rights.
It basically like it says it's not a woman. It's like an individual, a person that feels like basically for women's rights or whatever. But the feminists that get pushed to the front or whatever is the ones we hate. We hate them with a passion. And he was saying basically that's what. Just two, whatever it is, they sensitive about everything. Everything should be a woman. All men should die. that's what he thought. Basically, he thought that's what a feminist was. And I still to this day, I don't care what the definition says. That's what I see when I hear it. Like, y'all hate man. Y'all hate man. Y'all. Except Christian looking for a sugar daddy. But outside of Christian looking for a sugar daddy, there's a bunch of click bumpers in there. I'm just saying.
Alrighty.
Yeah. But back to this vaccine, bro.
Yeah.
What do you see the end game in this here? With the Democratic Party going the way they going, what is the end game?
I don't think that the Democratic Party will win the next 2 presidential elections.
I agree.
I think this is gonna hurt them for the next 8 at least.
Yeah, I'm with you that because I don't feel like Biden is gonna get reelected.
He's definitely. I mean, he ain't gonna run.
I think what's going on is gonna hurt, even with I'm gonna say Takara now because she's supposed to, but with Kamala, even if she decided to run, it's gonna hurt the Democratic Party. So the next Republican candidate you're getting at, he's not gonna be quite like Trump. He's not gonna be that out forward with his opinions, but he's gonna be like Daryl Obama. You know, so this great savior is gonna come. It's gonna be an 8-year run, and you're gonna have a bunch of Democrats out here butt hurt. But look what's going on. So the next president is gonna be a Republican. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be Trump. Trump might not run again, even though he said he's gonna run again. He might not run again. But
yeah,
next
I don't think
president is gonna be a Republican, and he's not gonna be as bad as Trump. So anything is not as bad as Trump. People would die just a little bit better. But it's gonna be a lot of Democrats. Oh boy. And if you look at now, the Republicans eating up what's going on with Trump. With Biden, they eating it up. They loving it. Like, we told y'all this nigga was a goofy. We told y'all he wasn't there. And it's showing. It's showing.
I mean, it is showing, but Trump can't be the president because the motherfuckers try to take over the White House, dog. They crazy, man. So it can't be Trump. It got to be somebody else from the Republican Party, and I'm gonna vote for them. If it does happen to be Trump versus Kamala, I'm just not gonna vote.
Why?
I can't vote for a Democrat again after they mandating this vaccine. And it's personal for me because it affects me directly. And I can't vote for Trump though either, man. That's just, you know, I can't. I'm like vote for a Klan member or something. I can't do that.
This is hilarious about Dante.
Yeah, that's what they gonna say, man.
Let's let shit again. Bring Trump back. Yeah. Hey, you already know. You already know. And just when you thought you had it bad, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Right.
It gets worse. And I think if Kamala come around and say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna end mandates or whatever," you probably vote then.
It got to be before November 22nd or before I get this vaccine, you know, because I can't hear no, I'm sorry, or my bad, or we were just playing about that. Bro, I already got this shit in my body now, man.
All right. I agree with this comment right here. Like, we need to get rid of both parties because they not for the people. I do think both parties need to be revamped or demolished and something else comes to the forefront. You can be independent, bro. Just vote independent.
I mean, I always said I was an independent, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's like saying I'm a Georgia Tech fan or something. I'm just never going to lose. I'm never going to win.
Bro, why? Why? What was that? That was a horrible analogy.
That was a great analogy.
It was a disrespectful analogy, and it was a horrible analogy, first of all.
It's like people always choose Alabama, Georgia, Auburn.
Africa. No, we can't move back to Africa because they got their hands in that too. Africa ain't safe no more because they got their hands in it. People want possession of the natural resource. Look how China came in and took over so many countries in Africa, and the ones that China don't have, America got. It's very few that's not been colonized by the Asians or the Caucasians.
Hey, you might have
melanated leadership, but it ain't a melanated mindset.
I am gonna do African ancestry though. I'm gonna do that. Find out where I'm from, man.
Hold on.
I think we all should do it.
Independent.
For real?
And what up, Minister? My bad. What up, bro?
What's up, Minister?
Salute.
Yeah, I agree. $1,000 a month, you know, that'll help out. That'll help out.
Oh no, because when I told you it was about that UBI, you was like, "No, man, it sounds like a handout."
No, when we just talking about like how much you giving out or whatever. So bro, so you just jumping in, bro. You busting folks inside the head.
Because that's the same thing I was talking about, that UBI.
That wasn't what we was talking about, brother. That's not what we was talking about,
I'm
brother.
talking about the comment when she was talking about the comment.
Okay.
Yeah, $1,000. I was like, yo, that's that UBI.
Okay.
And I was like,
well, since then, all right, minister. You know what? I'm gonna let you have that, bro. I'm gonna let you have it. You did.
What is a UBI? I don't know what that is. What is that?
Universal basic income. Well, they would probably just say they give you like $1,000 every month.
Gotcha.
But you saying you wanted overall? I think the car saying just like for during this whole COVID pandemic. You talking about overall,
right?
You talking about a stimulus package, basically? That's a stimulus. It could be a monthly stimulus package.
Right. I was gonna say kinda, but monthly though, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with, especially with everything going up. That extra $1,000 could come in handy. You know, gas is like $3.
Hey, that's what I said. I said the same thing. Gas expensive as a mother.
Nigga, it took me like motherfucker. I put like almost like $50-some in my car. My car used to be like $20 to fill up my tank. Maybe not $25. It's like that's like $50, bro. I stopped that shit. I don't even pull a full tank no more. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
But you go. If you go once a week, they still getting it, bro. Because if you was going once a week, now you're going twice a week, so they still getting it. You just making yourself feel better, not putting up $50.
I don't like the way that shit look, but because that shit look like I got a truck. Talking some $50. I just got a fucking Cobalt, bro. That's just economy car. That shit don't need $50 worth of gas.
Oh, okay, Takara. Okay. Yeah, well, I guess you're right there, Minister. But listen. I want to. We're gonna keep on the subject, but this is a side comment for question I have for Dante, real quick, and it's based off of Christian comment, and is what Trey said about doing the ancestry.com, and then Christian said, and if our answers test say we are. So I know Dante really don't like Sarnetta, but I was listening to this episode of Sarnetta. And it was one guy, I can't remember the guy's name or whatever, and he was basically saying, like, let's say you have this Hebrew Israelite man, and he have sex with a white woman. He was showing Blake Griffin first, and then Blake Griffin got with a white woman, and now they got a little damn near white boy or whatever. Now, what if that little damn near white boy get with another white girl, and it's go on for generation, soon come around, if you are who your father is or whatever, you have a Hebrew Israelite, but it's been whitewashed all the way down. Right. So with that person right there, you consider them white, but they actually your brother. So I just want your opinion on it, Dante. You can answer it on your show, but it's just something I saw, and I was like, man, I can't wait to bring it, because I never thought about it from their perspective. I just want to hear an opinion on that, because like Dante ain't he feel like the white man is the devil, or the white man is doing the devil's work or whatever. But what if this man that thinks he's white but really ain't white, but you consider him white, I consider him white, he could consider himself white, but if you trace him all the way down, now my brother, you're a black man.
But that's
what I was saying right there. It wasn't about the actually test, Dante. It was just something I saw, and they were saying like, what if generation down the line, this kid right here ended up being a white boy? Like, and if you look, like I said, even with what's the quarterback for the Chiefs, Mahomes or whatever, he got him a white woman. So and what if they have a baby and it's a boy?
Right.
That boy, man, come on, that boy gonna be Basie and Blake Griffin, baby.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about that situation, how like the fact that he is mulatto as fuck, and he got him a white woman. So basically, he's pretty much damn near erased the blackness out that child. You know what I'm saying? Like that child's really going to be 1/8 black probably, and if that child decides to have a married white woman, that the blackness is completely gone. He wiped it out in 2 generations. You know what I'm saying?
No. Let me put up Dante's comment right here. I'm not saying that he's still not an Israelite. I'm going off how you would view him, Dante. That's what I'm saying, because you would see him as a white man. So he came to your camp, or the camp you starting up. And he said, hey, I'm an Israelite or whatever. You look at him like, man, you're a white boy. You're not an Israelite. You don't get off around here. And he can't prove it because his daddy was white and his dad was white. But what about 6 generations ago? It was a black man. That's what I'm asking about, Dante. That's all I'm saying. It's not about how God views him, because God would know, all right, this is an Israelite. But I'm just saying this person came to you and he nothing about him says he's an Israelite. Nothing about it.
But it's like, how can you?
Wow, that's interesting. Most biracial boys marry whatever race they. Wow. Yeah.
I don't know.
I say the chances are high. I say it's high.
I've seen the biracial boys marry some black women. It depends on how you was raised.
She said most. She said most, not all. She said most.
No, I'm saying it depends. I feel like it depends on how you was raised. If you was raised to be around black people, then you're gonna probably marry black. Now, if you was biracial, you was around white people, because my brother's biracial, and well, his mother is white. So she kept him around white people. So I don't know if he's married, but I know last time I seen him, his girl's been white. You know.
Hold on, Minister. Goddamn, this is like breaking news, bro. So your brother, y'all got the same daddy, right?
Yeah. But we didn't grow. I mean, we grew up together. He was mad young,
okay.
And he looks biracial. Of course, he looks biracial. And I don't. Well, I'm not biracial.
Like when you say mad young, like we talking about like 12?
Nah, I mean, no, I'm saying we was like, I forgot how many years it is between us, but yeah, like he wasn't like we didn't grow up together. You know, his mom took him when he was like, I think about 8, 9. I think he was like 9. So I really hadn't seen him, but Facebook and stuff like that. But she has him around a lot of white people. Like I be seeing his pictures and they'll be like, no, he be the darkest thing, and he's not dark at all. You know what I'm saying? So she does. I think she try to eliminate that blackness.
Yeah. So he'll probably he'll probably marry a white girl.
White woman, yeah.
Because that's what we socialize with.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because you kind of neutral when you mix.
Let me ask you a question, Dante. So if Justin Bieber, let's say you have a camp and it's up and strong and running, you and your brothers or whatever, and you got a cat like Justin Bieber, like, hey, I'm an Israelite too, and you's like, okay, I know you say you go off what the Bible tells you, and I'm not trying to say the wrong thing, but I'm trying to figure out a reasonable way to question this or whatever, and you say, okay, brother, you look like a Caucasian man. Can you prove that you're an Israelite? And he can only go but so far. But what if he came with Ancestry.com to say, hey, look here, bro, this say I'm 89% or 15% black. And he do some type of way he could find out that this black man far down the line was it. Like, would you give him an opportunity to prove it to him? How about that? Would you give him an opportunity to prove that he is an Israelite? That's probably a better question.
That's too easy. Because if the answer is yes to that, like, yes, I give him an opportunity. Okay, cool. Now, would you fully accept him the same way you would fully accept any other black appearing man?
I think he would.
You know
I think he would. Listen, I don't know how it truly works because I'm not inside that world.
I mean, wherever they go,
why would he try to be a black Israelite? Well, he could just go to Israel and have no problems.
Look, that's the thing. Wherever they go, if they go somewhere together, he gonna always have to carry paperwork with him. It'll be a problem, man.
Not really.
Because people they gonna look at, hey, hold on, who is this guy you with? That's what everybody gonna always say. You gotta keep that paperwork on him at all times.
Talk about all these interracial couples with a white man with these new big queens.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Before we jump on it, I think this is. I swear, Takara, man, Takara be on it. Would you fully trust him if he got that in his blood? This devil in his blood or whatever is in his DNA. Even though it's not that dominant because the father was black. He got a lot of this devil in him. He got a lot of that devil DNA in him. You know, so how do we look at that? That's why I say I know you don't operate like them, Dante. That's why I say I feel like you will fully accept him. But would you trust him? That's the question. But it's hard to trust anybody, though. In my opinion, it's hard to trust anybody. Like the game I trust, that's something serious there. So I don't know, because I got family I love to death, but I only trust them, but so far. So
right.
I mean, it's like it's
no doubt.
So, what do you feel about that, Mister? Would you trust this white person? Well, this lightly melanated white person.
Exactly.
Lightly melanated.
He appears to be white.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I mean, he's kind of hard to prove you're an Israelite because Israelite is like that's a religion. Like that's not like a sect of people. That's not like a race of people. I mean, it's hard to really prove that you are Israelite. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's like something you can. That's like something you can become. Do like I don't know. It's like a religious faction. I don't understand. I mean, how do you prove that? Like, it's not like an ethnicity, like black. Or, I mean, well, African or Asian or European. I mean, you know, it's like saying you Muslim, pretty much. I mean, that's really what it is. Like, you know what I mean? How do you can prove that's like a religious thing? You can't really like.
Yeah,
I think they just do that shit. They just do that shit with the what's the name? Because them people over there in Israel, they're like Zionists and like they're not even real Israelites. They're fucking white people.
But you speaking of
that,
Israel
got converted
make you an Israelite
to the Israelites. They're not even Israelites. They're fucking white people. Let's call them who they really are. European white people. What are European? They became white.
Ooh, that's a good question. If you're from Israel, are you naturally an Israelite?
No, not because you're from Israel. No. Y'all speaking on y'all speaking on nationality, but not the way Dante's speaking on nationality. So
right.
Thinking,
all right.
He's speaking through the lineage of the blood.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, because I think we actually had a conversation, and I was kind of curious about that. And I wish we'd took it. I actually looked it up last week about that, because it's like, how do you prove? Because I was watching about the black Israelites or whatever I don't know what they call themselves, that was over there, and they had they was trying to kick them out because you know they would I don't exactly remember why they tried to kick them out, but they had an issue with them being over there. So I was just kind of looking up trying to. No, this is something. They had an issue with them being over there, so they was trying to get rid of them. So I was just trying to understand, like, how do you prove? Because they had to go, like, you had to prove that you was an Israelite, and I think they looked at your mother records or something, or they had to go far back, like their grandparents and stuff like that. So I was just trying to figure it out, and it was kind of like hard to determine that because it's not really it's not an ethnicity. It's like it's just a nationality. I mean, it's kind of more like a religion, really.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now
that's how I feel.
We can jump in with Christian Asher real quick when she was talking about all these white men laying up with these Nubian queens. I tell you this here, Shawty, I'm mature enough now to see it and not turn it, like, trip off or whatever. Hold on, Dante want to call in for 2 minutes. Okay, let me make sure my Bluetooth cut on because I ain't got my cord with me. Well, hold on, Dante. Let me make sure I set this up right. Hold on, my brother. I
guess my question would be to what Chris talking about though, is why is it that that black women are going for white guys? What is that about?
Well, first, we gotta stop calling them queens because they get with a white man. They not queens no more.
What are they?
First of all, they just regular black women. Going to uplift you for going with a white man. What the fuck is that?
I feel
black men messing up. That's why. How many times these women gotta tell y'all that?
These women black men. So there you go,
Dante. I don't even know if this number still legit. We ain't using it so long. It's a Google number. Go ahead, call that number there, Dante. I'll let you get your 2 minutes in, bro.
Black women keep telling y'all. Well, I ain't gonna say y'all because y'all married. But the other ones is not.
But hold on. You blame the man for everything, but then you want to turn around and say they ain't queens. Which is it, brother?
No, I do blame. What is they not queens? We're not finna sit here just like we're not finna sit here and call y'all Nubian queens. Y'all just some regular women. You know, I see these black women out here. Listen, hey,
I just know when I was younger.
It was funny though when I be seeing it. I was like, yo.
I just knew when I was younger, it was so hard for me to like see that and not be disgusted because, in my opinion, I'm mature now. I deal with it. It is what it is. But when I was like, he captured you. You had to submit for this man to have sex with you. Like he entered you. Like you wanted the pink flesh in you. You know, it just to bother me. I think it's because it's female I dated before. She told me that she was with a white boy, and I was like, a white boy. I just couldn't digest it. But now I get it.
Why?
You know, love is love. You love who you love. But are you dating them because you feel like? I don't like it when black people date white people in general just because they feel like it's a security blanket. I can be a part of this, or it's an acceptance thing, or this all I date. I don't like that. But if you fall, I mean, who am I to tell you who to love, man? You know,
I don't like I don't like when black women date white guys. I can deal with a black dude and a white girl. I can deal with that. But it hurts me to see a black, cuz it's like I feel like as a man, as a gender, we conquer. Like that's what we do. We're conquerors. And so for a white woman to get a black girl, I feel like that white guy just conquered that black girl.
Yeah, I mean, I just listen. The reason that it's like so many things. When you realize you ain't got no win in that fight, they're gonna do what they want to do. Like you gotta stop giving that stuff energy, bro. It's gonna stress you out. It's gonna stress you out trying to figure out the ins and out. And I like listen. I'm a barber, and I got clients. And if you just look at the history of the females they dated, all they date is white women, and it's like, okay, hold on.
I've been thinking white men that date black women.
Hold on 1 second, Master Dante. Hold on, I got to accept it first. I don't even know if the Bluetooth. Hold on, my brother. Dante. Hold on, let me connect you, bro. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna make sure I got Dante on here right.
All right, go ahead, man. So what do you want to say?
I feel like black women that be dating white men, they must really. I think they really be liking each other.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this right.
Liking each other.
Like I think they really like each other. Like I feel like because of that.
No, listen. My bad. Hey, I'm not finna go through all this, so I'm just gonna hold the phone up to this here. Don't let Dante talk like that because I ain't finna go through that. Go ahead, Dante. Yeah. Can y'all hear?
No.
Nah.
Go ahead, Dante.
You got to speak it to the microphone?
I'm just speaking because ministers really.
Hold on 1 second, Dante. Let me cut. I know what I gotta do.
You all right, go ahead,
bro.
Can you hear me good now?
Can y'all hear?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, I'm just saying, I just wanted to call in because ministers really jacking up what Israelite belief is. So the Israelite is definitely a nationality. That's what the Bible says, and they say it in church. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Why? Because it's passed from this seed line to that seed line to that seed line. So it's based off the lineage, based on the father. The Israelites, you can't become an Israelite. Us, we know the Israelites are based off the curses that the Bible says. Those who went into slavery on ships. So it's us, it's African Americans, the Native Indians, the Hispanics. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. It's definitely a nationality. It's not a religion. It's just like the Chinese, the Ethiopians, the Egyptians. They all have a God that they serve. The Israelites have a God that they serve. It's the God of the Bible. He's the God of the Israelites. Point blank period. It's that simple. And this is why it's not a religion. This is why it's not based off. The whole Bible was written to a group of people based off their ethnicity, based off the God that chose those people as his own people. Point blank period. That simple.
Yes, man. Appreciate that.
How you say it was based off Chinese or Ethiopians were based off that? They were all based off what they call it by where they're from.
Yeah, with the best of live and on demand.
Now, how much the game I was watching come in, but Dante couldn't come in. Y'all heard it?
Yeah, I did, man. What was that?
Oh, that's probably why Dante stuff didn't come through though. So say what you said again, that minister.
Well, the only thing I would say it's just because like the example he used was like you call the Ethiopians based off Ethiopia and the Chinese based off. You're basing it off where they're from. You know where that's the land that they're from. Like Israel is. I mean,
so wait. How do we classify the Jews in?
I don't know.
That's not a land. I'm saying that's how. I think that's what Dante's saying.
Honestly, they're really Eastern Europeans. That's what they really are, Eastern Europeans, and they got the benefit.
But you got Jews over here, over there. You got Jews abroad. So what I think Dante is saying is basically how we view Jewish people. That's how the Israelites view themselves, not the religious aspect of it.
They view themselves like that. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's actually because it's like
y'all ain't gotta agree on it. I'm just saying I'm trying to
like how do
give
you
you
prove,
insight
like,
on how they view it.
I can like do something that trace myself to being back from African. Like how do you prove like what is like what is the phenotype of a Israelite? Like, you know what I mean? Like you every day we based off of where we're from. Like Asians have this certain characteristic. Europeans have this certain characteristics. The indigenous Indians have this certain characteristics. Hispanics have like we have like what is the characteristics of a Israelite that you can say like I mean you really just separate him based off his beliefs of just like a Muslim, just like a Christian, just like a we don't really they kind of I feel like they've been able to to make themselves a separate based off that. And I ain't gonna say I'm talking about the European Eastern so-called Jews. I'm talking about them. They kind of took that and pretty much kind of separated themselves as their own people, as their own sect of people, like their own religion. Like I'm trying to be disrespectful, but it seems like they're the only like I guess based off of religion that has been able to do that. Like I mean, you can call them Muslims, but you call them they could be broken down, but it's like Jews. We just say Jews. That's like they're from a place called Jew. I mean, Israel, but they're not from Israel. Those people that's in Israel right now, they're really not from Israel. They're not really real Israelites. They're really Europeans, Eastern Europeans that came there after. Hold on, my bad. What the hell is this? Oh, that came there pretty much after what? I think World War I or II when they was able to get that piece of land. I think it was probably after II.
I think the only thing is your terminology.
But anyway, I wasn't trying to just talk about that. Shit.
No. I'm saying I don't think people from Israel call themselves Israelites though. Just like and I could be wrong, but I don't think they call themselves Israelites. Just like somebody from America call themselves American. People from China call themselves Chinese. I don't think people from Israel call themselves Israelites. I don't know what the terminology is for people from Israel. But I think, huh? No. I'm saying like if somebody from America, they say I'm American. If somebody from Russia, they say they Russian. They Israeli. So I think your terminology Israelite and Israeli is two different things, bro. Israeli is just saying I'm from Israel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Say I can see
just like somebody from Cuba. But you saying but you saying people from Israel are Israelites. Those are two different things. You get what I'm saying?
I don't think everybody's from Israel is Israelites. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not thinking everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like with your what you was calling it. I was saying until y'all said Israeli, but you was saying people from Israel are Israelites, and I was just saying I think that's why I said I thought what you were saying.
But just because you're Israeli, don't necessarily mean you're like an Israelite or a Jew.
True.
Because there's some Israelis that are actually Muslim. Or they could be Christian.
A lot of them is Muslim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of Muslims.
Isn't that the religion over there?
Huh?
They share.
I know they share pretty much like religious. I don't know. Religious areas. I think they got. It's
a neutral. It's a neutral point in all of it. I do know that because it's like you got the Muslim, you got the Jews, you got the Muslim and the Jews over there, and you got that small section of Christians, but it's basically the Jews.
Yeah, some of them are Christians who are Christian Jews. There's so many different type of religions and different interpretations of religions over there. That's just it's a lot, man. It's a lot, man. Try to keep up with all that stuff.
Yeah, but let's get back to these white women and these black men because that's a whole nother show, and I ain't really trying to have it. It was just a question I was asking Dante, and it spun off. I probably should have asked Dante that personally because it spun off into a whole conversation that I mean, Just speak on your show, Dante, and I'll chime in then, bro. Because I'm just trying to get an understanding if this black person been whitewashed or whatever, and they come around and say, hey, and they have no way of proving to the common man or to a camp, not just the people you rock with, Dante, just the camp itself that hey, I am an Israelite, and they going off what they was told through, let's say, historical facts through their family. Like, hey, your great granddaddy was a black man or whatever, but they have no way of proving it. So that's all I'm asking, Dante. Like, how do we prove somebody is an Israelite? Is it based off their words or what? But Dante said when we pulling up. Hey man, every time I get ready to say I'm gonna pull up, man, it's like my wife's cycling. Like she's a psychic and she knows that I'm oh, hey TJ, I was just wondering, could we do this or could you do that for me? It's like this nigga's a fucking genius. Like she read me before I decide to do something.
What was supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be meeting up?
Nah, I had because it was a couple weekends. No, the first time I said I was gonna meet up, Dante, he had ended up doing something that Wednesday, and we didn't speak on it. But I had told him he was on the show, and I said I come through Wednesday, but I can't remember why he didn't do that show that Wednesday. But he had spoke on why he was shutting it down that Wednesday, and then ever since then, it's like every Wednesday my wife need me for something. That's probably the best because I want to show up. I want to pull up when he's doing the show. I know I can't pull up on Sunday because we just finished doing our show and I got to give my family their time, but I can do Wednesday.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Wednesday. I don't got no football practice, so yeah.
Yeah. So let me say this here. Trey, how would you feel if your daughter, one of your daughters brought home a white dude? No, first let's say your son bring home a white girl and y'all accept him for this white girl because you say you feel like it's okay. But then what if your daughter turn around and bring home a white dude, one of your daughters? Would you accept him?
I wouldn't want to, but I would just be glad that she ain't gay. I mean, maybe that's just how I got to look at it. It's like, well, hey, at least it's better being gay. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga think he. Oh man, what the hell?
I'm just saying. It's like I feel like at that point I'm giving a choice. Hey, either she can be gay or she can date white dude.
Oh,
then I'm gonna choose she can date white dude. I mean, like I don't want her to. That ain't my choice for her at all. Like if I had my way, it wouldn't be that way for her. But you're asking me the question, so yes, I would have to accept it reluctantly.
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. Times are changing. I feel like I don't know because I don't want to bring how I feel some way about white people into my because I don't know how my daughter's going how the world's going to be when she's of age to be dating. Like I mean I know she's 5, but still I don't know how it's going to be like, and I don't want to sit here and be like what I'm saying. But I mean, if she gonna learn that I don't really fuck with white people, I don't be around white people. So it's like daddy don't. So it's like, but I don't want to be like say this, that, and the third.
Hey, bro, we look, bro. This stuff is logged in the universe, bro. She better not go back a couple episodes ago when me and you first started, and she see you salivating. Even later on, you said, "Man, I was just joking." It's the point. She might not see the episode when you say you were just joking. She might just see them episodes like, "Man, something about them white girls." What I'm trying to tell you. What? Hey, as a matter of fact, I went and looked at one of our first shows. Hey, hold on, Minister. Hold on. I went and looked at one of our first shows. I think a couple days ago. It's funny how this stuff pop up or whatever. Universe speaking, and I remember like, I went. We had a subject, something like basically almost like this, and I was saying I went date a white girl. I went marry a white girl, and this was at the shop, and then I said I went fuck a white girl, and you was like, shh. So what if your daughter just fucking a white dude?
Allegedly, I ain't see the video, so you could be making shit up. So allegedly, if my daughter see this, allegedly, I ain't seen shit. So until he showed me the video, then I don't know what he talking about.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. But what I'm saying is, what if your daughter just just fucking a white boy?
I'm a grown ass man. First of all, don't worry about what I did with messing with a white woman. That ain't your business. I pay bills. I take care of you.
I'm talking about your child grown. I'm saying your child is grown. They ain't even in your household. They bringing up.
Well, she grown.
Bringing their significant other over.
If she grown, I'm be like, I'm gonna hit it with the. It wasn't no black dudes available around or something. You gave them all. You gave them all a try. I remember keeping real. Like that was you exhausted all your options of black guys. I feel like I ain't gonna front. I was like, well, you ain't find no black women either. Like, because you go white. I feel like, damn, you can't just be going white out there like that. I need you at least if you're gonna do it, you try all your options first before you go to the white side. I just need to know that you tried. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you to just one of the people that just hopped over there easily with no problem. Get you a white man with no. I feel like I kind of failed a little bit. Like, damn, what was I not a strong enough black? Like, why the hell was it no like she couldn't find them? I know I have some good qualities about me. She couldn't find a black dude with those qualities. Like that might make me feel some type of way. If she gonna get a white man, I'll probably feel some type of way because I don't.
All right, TJ. Question to you. How would you feel about it? What would you do?
Okay, I'll say this here. Being that I'm an asshole, my daughter wouldn't bring him to the household. She'll tell me she dating a white dude, but she wouldn't bring him to the house. Because I'm going to be, oh, man, I'm going to make him so uncomfortable. I told you about the time I was at the shop and I was playing Hidden Colors when the white boys was in there. I'm going to make that white boy real uncomfortable. Like, so that's why I say my daughter wouldn't bring him around me. I'm not gonna say what she will and won't do, but she won't. I know one thing she won't. She ain't gonna bring him around me because she know I'm gonna be an asshole. He better be an MMA fighter. She better go. Yeah, he better be an MMA fighter.
If she grown, now she grown.
Yeah, I'm gonna be an asshole about it. Like, listen, you can do what you want to do, Charlotte, because you're grown. You ain't in my household, so I can't tell you. I'm still gonna love you. I'm still be here for guidance. But hey, you bring this white boy around. I'm gonna let him know how white people ain't shit. I'm gonna let him know about that part of the white folk.
Whoa.
Hey, and then that's how your daughter end up getting pregnant because then you take it out on her. A word, I ain't shit.
Hey, listen.
They say you got a biracial grandchild.
I understand all that. And anything can happen. But listen, I don't hate white people though. See, that was you misunderstanding. And I'm not saying she can't date a white boy, but I'm gonna let white boy know how I feel about white people not as a whole, but as the toxic side of white folks or whatever. I'm gonna let know about all that. Oh my God, I'm watching the game. Good Lord, New England. Okay.
Boy, hey, I said I was about to say that's what I'm like. Oh.
Yeah, Trayvon just got an interception. That dude, the truth. But anyway, they
lose it bad.
No, bro, it's a hell of a game right now, man.
Ball over, then New England just scored on a play. It's just a good game going back and forth. But I just say like, because
oh shit,
I would just be an asshole. But I can't deny that I have white blood pumping through my body. Like we had this in our body, Troy. Thanks to your grandmama, she gave me the whole history of how we got white blood pumped through. So I can't say I'm anti something that's in me, but
yeah,
I don't want my lineage diluted more than it is. But if it happens, I'm gonna let you know how I feel about white. Even my son bring home a white girl. Like, listen here, Caucasian girl. Look here, honky tonk. I'm gonna let her know.
Bro, you can't just call
just like with Solomon or whatever. He say, he dealt with all this stuff when he started dating his wife or whatever, like and her family. But but he's still around. They rock now, everything cool now. But we got to go through all that right there first.
Is it really cool? I wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh.
I mean, better than what it was. So
right now, I agree with that. Yeah.
He just said not just non-black, Hispanic. Okay. And listen, I can't stop them from being adults. You can't. When they're an adult, you can't stop them. When they out there paying their own bills, you can't tell them what to do. You can have strong suggestions. You can't mandate it like the government doing with this vaccine. You can't mandate who your child date. You can't. And then if you try to, 9 times out of 10, they're going to rebel against you. So you can do that if you want to, but I guarantee you it would be so uncomfortable for that white person to the point where they be like, I don't even go around your folks. And then maybe over time, we get what it is. I get my white jokes off and it's cool. You don't pay me no mind when I make my white jokes, maybe over time. But what I'm saying is,
if he a man, he'll make black jokes back to you. I respect that.
You're not gonna make no black jokes back to me. That ain't gonna. I don't give a damn if he made a fight or not. And hey, that ain't gonna happen. He better wait. He better wait. We step outside. He gonna make them jokes in my house.
Yeah, because some of the white jokes kind of.
How about this here? How about I'm not gonna say he not gonna make those jokes because people gonna do what they want to do. It just ain't gonna go the way. I'll say that there. It's not gonna be a ha ha. Oh, that was a good one there. It's not gonna be that type of thing.
So you can tell him white jokes, but he can't tell you no black jokes.
He in my house. He in my house.
Man.
I'm just saying, man.
Nigga gonna be like, yo, he gonna be like his daddy voted for Obama.
Hey, that's not a joke though. That's not a joke. That might be a fact.
That's what I'm saying. So he's a kid. He's gonna be one of them he's a post-racial kid. Like Obama they had a black president. They got a female vice president. Like I'm saying that the stuff they're gonna be. I get all it.
I get out it. It's
gonna be different.
Listen, I get all it.
Eminem probably gonna be the greatest rapper ever to them. Eminem and Drake, like they're gonna be like Pac.
I get all it. But we talking about in my household race jokes. I'm gonna talk about white folks, but he can't talk about black folks. He can say my dad voted for Obama, okay, but you can't talk about black people. Like y'all black people out here before he get y'all out his mouth. I'm in his jaw.
What if he laughs at your jokes? What if he laughs?
I don't care if he laugh or not. This is my house. Listen, what if my wife don't laugh at everything I say?
And what if
everything I do with my wife, I might think I'm being funny and cute. She might not like it. It is what it is. But that white boy can't do that, bro.
I got a feeling that white boy whoop your ass in your own house.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not. That's Trey. That'll never happen. Nobody will ever beat my ass in my own house ever.
Tyson Fury. What's his name? Tyson Fury was gonna be like that.
Tyson Fury won't come up out of here. He won't make it up out of here, bro. He will make it out here to tell you about it. He will make it out here to tell you about it.
I don't even. That was a bad fight. That was
actually a great fight. It was a great fight.
I thought that shit was not great. I don't see what was great about that fight. That was a bad fight
because
that's
you didn't know how. I mean,
that shit is exactly. That was a perfect word. That shit was to me. That was very embarrassing.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Deontay Wilder, like dog.
That was an embarrassing.
Like, it was.
What other black heavyweight getting knocked out by white boys?
It was that. And
Klitschko was knocking everybody out. Klitschko was beating everybody until he ran to Anthony Joshua.
Who did he beat? Who did he beat? That's worth talking about.
Now you saying worth talking about? That's a whole nother conversation.
Exactly.
But then you can say who wide to beat this worth talking about?
Who?
You can ask who wide to beat this worth talking about.
But Wilder black. Really? We talking about white people beating black people.
Yeah, but boxing, it's not like everybody's famous like that.
Listen, y'all know I'm a diehard Tyson fan. Diehard. I like him more than Evander. Who did Tyson beat this relevant worth talking? That was out, not talking about people out their prime. That was in their prime. Tyson really ever beat nobody. He was just a knockout.
I mean, you can say Larry Holmes, but
I'm about to say
Larry Holmes was old man when he beat him.
But that's the thing about boxing. It's like it's those boxers that we know, and there's a bunch of them that we don't know. So it's like it could be look like who did he beat, but in the boxing world, I
got one for you. You said who the white boy? He played in Rocky V. Tommy Morrison. Tommy Morrison knocking niggas out back in his day. Knocking niggas out. It's just he could. I think he beat George Foreman, if I ain't mistaken. Yeah, he beat George Foreman.
But George Foreman was more likely old though.
No, this was revamped George Foreman. He was still a heavy hitter. But the point I'm just saying, like, that was a white boy that was beating black folks, and then I think he got his head rocked one good time. He never was the same. Then he went down that spiral. Then he caught HIV and all, died from that or whatever. But the point is, like, that was a white boy that was bad back in his day.
Bro, the thing was that I would have been cool if Deontay Wilder actually knew how to fucking box. Like I didn't really keep following him.
Dante, give me a top dog that Tyson knocked out. That wasn't outside his prime. Give me a top dog, bro. And listen, I'm a Tyson fan. I'm a Tyson fanatic. Huh? Larry Holmes was 100 years old when he beat him.
No, he sound like a motherfucker from Coming to America.
But he was though, and then Larry Holmes kept on fighting after that. He never was. Larry Holmes was an old man. Listen, Muhammad Ali came out there and told Tyson to beat him for me.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Come on, man. Larry Holmes dominated the mid 70s to the early 80s. Come on, man. That man was 1,000 years old. This man was rap. He's tuned, man. He was in his when he fought. He was in his casket suit, man. Come on, man.
Bro, hey, I heard Evander fought a couple weeks ago, man.
He fought. He got knocked out though. When they stopped the fight,
Yeah, I don't know if I should. Hey, I shouldn't bring that shit up, man. But come on, dog.
I saw they stopped the fight. I think it was in the first round. They started fighting the first round. Hey, but he got a bad little chick on his side though. He got a bad one.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, he married. He got a new wife. She bad
again.
Yeah.
She cool. He out here getting his ass beat. It wasn't worth it. He out here getting his ass beat.
No, it is worth it because he got paid for it.
How
old was Michael Spinks then? Yes, I said anybody. Pull up how old Michael Spinks was when Tyson fought him. I told you anybody in their he didn't beat nobody in their prime. Larry Holmes 100. Michael Spinks was 90. Give me somebody that was in their prime that he beat. Listen, I'm a Tyson fanatic, but he never beat nobody that's worth talking about. It's just how fast and quick he was beating folks.
Who was the dude? Evander fought him and like he low blowed him. It was like a big fight at the in the arena and jump.
I think
Evander hit low.
I think that was Zab and Floyd.
Nah. Damn, I forgot who it was. Never mind, I forget it.
You tell me. I know when Lennox Lewis and Galata was going, and Galata kept hitting him with low blows in 2 fights. He's the head both. That's the only white boy I know that was a dirty fighter. He hit Larry Holmes. I want to not Larry Holmes, but Lennox Lewis like 4 times below the belt, bro, before they stopped the fight. But he was beating Lennox Lewis' ass on all the scorecards. He was beating his ass.
You know what it was about Deontay Wilder? Because he brought up like I never let a white boy beat me. All the stuff my people been through, and then that's when he started talking about this day and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's what that came.
I didn't know. I remember that, but I didn't know he said he'd never let a white boy beat him. I didn't hear that come out his mouth.
That nigga lied twice.
So yeah, that's what that whole to this day little mean thing even came from that little interview right there.
Dante trying my boxing history. Spinks at 31 was out his prime. Check it out. Listen, Dante, I do boxing.
31 ain't past your prime though, bro.
For Leon Spinks, it was like right now. Dante, Deontay Wilder with 34. Everybody saying he out his prime. Ever since he fought Tyson, his first fight with Tyson was he was 32, and they saying he from that first fight now they saying he out his prime. He said Larry Holmes was 38. That means that Larry Holmes is 100 years old.
He just need to learn how to box. His body, his conditioning sucks. No homo, the body look good. Like he got the physique, but his conditioning.
The body look good.
He was like I would thought he was going his condition like
you don't gotta say the body look good, bro. Just say he looked like he in shape or something like that, bro. Don't say no another grown man body look good, dog. His body look good as a motherfucker, for real.
I ain't do all that.
No, he was in shape. He could.
Say he in shape. He in shape. Right.
So, his
stamina sucks.
Tyson Fury, he a better boxer than
Triple G. When he lost, I'm giving something to Dante. When Triple G lost to Canelo, we went to Trey house. We saw that fight at your house, Trey. Trey, you been telling we do this boxing stuff. And they said Triple G was out his prime when Canelo beat him. Come on, man. Stop it, bro. I'm saying, listen, bro. You probably could beat me. Taught me in golf, soccer, football. We probably go back and forth. Basketball, go back and forth. But boxing, bro. Come on, let's not do this. MMA, you got me. No, see, I'm gonna have to call Dante on the side because Dante in the comment section, and this argument. Then me and Dante have to have in person or whatever. But this going left field. But back to Deontay. I didn't know he was saying that he'll never let a white boy beat him. I don't feel like him losing to Tyson Fury was embarrassing because it's heavyweights. Now, let me tell you, a heavyweight, since we bringing up Mike Tyson, when he lost to Lennox Lewis, that was embarrassing because he talking about he's gonna eat his keys and all that. And after the fight, he was like, he's like, what do he say? He's a great fighter, man. He's probably one of the greatest fighters in the world. Like leaking and all this shit lumped up and stuff.
I think Tyson was different because Tyson. I don't think I'm trying to remember that fight.
No, I'm just talking about when he lost to Lennox Lewis. That was embarrassing. Like Lennox Lewis, like he beat the shit out of him.
I know. No, was that the fight he didn't train like right before? I don't remember.
Nah.
You talking about when he fought Buster
Exactly,
Douglas?
that's
He was out there getting high with Bobby Brown. Matter of fact, they started up coke. They was snorting up coke and fucking bras the night before the fight.
Another dude like that too. Anyways, but Deontay Wilder wasn't fighting. That's my thing. I'm cool with you. He wasn't throwing no. It was like he'll throw a punch, or he'll throw one of them out of reach punches, and it's just like it wasn't no combos, no type of ducking, and he never fucking he never was in a defensive. Like he never had his hands up. The whole fight, his hands was down over here by his shoulders. And in fight, one of the first thing they teach you is to keep your hands up.
Not the first couple rounds. His guard was up the first 3 rounds. Even though he got knocked down in the third, his guard was up. But y'all got to realize.
Bro, you fought 10 rounds. Why was your guard?
This man is 6'9", 277, bro. 6'9", 277. That shit is different. Deontay never, like, when he fought.
You copping pleas for him, bro.
Huh?
You give this nigga excuses, bro.
No,
bro, there's a big motherfucker though. 6'9", 277.
But I get it, but you still.
You know how rare it would be just to walk down the street and see somebody 6'9", 277. They ain't even know we see ever. Really.
You took the fight. I don't want to hear that. You took the fight 3 times. First time, all right. Second time, maybe okay. You know what? I can't. Third, you took the fight 3 times, bro. I don't want to hear that. You should prepare yourself. You get in there. Don't throw no punches.
When last time you seen somebody 6'9", 277?
Huh?
In Milwaukee versus Phoenix Suns.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, yo, that's a big human, and he can box.
You chose to fight him 3 times. I mean, what are you telling me? Would you fight a nigga that big 3 times?
Hell no.
Exactly. Why would you fight him?
No, yes, you would. If you getting paid for it, and you got a right hand that will knock 99% of the world slap cold sleep.
I get it. That's the problem. That's all he got.
Hey, but it put him down. It couldn't keep him down.
He used it against Tyson.
He was, because he put him down twice in the 4th round.
Bro, did you see that shit?
Listen, Tyson Fury just a different breed. You can't keep him down.
Look, when you go watch it, or you go YouTube and look at that again, and tell me, was that a clean knockdown? That nigga Tyson Fury failed. That nigga didn't get hit. He got hit 1 time. The other 3 punches missed him.
But you know, if people that's the Deontay Wilder apologies, they show him when he got. I don't know if it was the first time or second time. I think it was the first time when the ref didn't count him correctly. Like, he was down more than 10 seconds. But that's the same thing when Tyson fought Buster Douglas. He was down for 12 seconds. Everybody look at when Tyson got knocked out, but people forgot Tyson knocked Buster Douglas down early in the fight, and I think it was about the 2nd or 3rd round. He was down for like 12 seconds.
True, I remember that. Yeah.
Stop trying to get Deontay Wilder excuses, bro. It was an embarrassing fight.
I'm not.
It was embarrassing. Because it wasn't
they need to change up the boxing rules, dog. And whenever they hit the canvas, it need to be the dude who ring the bell. He need to press a start for the 10 seconds, because the referee be trying to do too, but he got too much shit going on in the ring.
Yeah, but it's niggas.
But we only say that when we feel like somebody got cheated, though. So I don't agree with that. I don't agree.
No,
with that,
do it for both.
No, I'm just saying, like, the only time people really bring stuff up like that is when you see something where you feel like somebody don't got cheated or whatever. But most of the time, refs get it right.
Tyson Fury didn't get cheated. He won that fight. Shit, bro. He really beat Deontay Wilder in the 4th round. After the 4th round, Deontay Wilder was just hanging in there for the check.
He beat him all 3 fights, in my opinion. But you can't beat everybody. He fought a more superior fighter.
Yeah. Yo, man, he can't be out here doing that shit anymore.
And Tyson Fury, I feel like he's great, but he got to be either Anthony Joshua or Usyk when they do their rematch or whatever for them belts. And what I like about Usyk is he's the white Evander, dominated cruiserweight, stepped up to heavyweight, so he's a light heavyweight, and I'm not really sold on Anthony Joshua like that, because
me neither.
He afraid to come over here. Everybody got to come to him. So outside of him beating Klitschko, who he don't beat? He lost to Ruiz, but everybody say Ruiz, he's like the fat version of Tyson Fury. Like, everybody say this dude can fight his ass off. Like, he has a great fight. He just don't have the physique and body for it. But then after he beat Joshua the first time, he was out there partying and stuff. And same thing with Buster Douglas. I remember when Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. He all on WWF and all this type of stuff here. You know what I'm saying? Like enjoying the perks of the win, but knowing you got another fight coming up.
Yeah, you gotta live in the moment.
I don't know, because no, when you live in the moment, you're just a blip in history. And wait, Ruiz and Buster Douglas will make it different is because the Buster Douglas thing was what's considered the biggest upset in history outside of 82 Olympics when USA beat Russia or whatever. Outside that, that's considered the biggest upset in history. So
yeah.
Y'all know, man. You know, I love boxing, man. I love it. I love it.
Man. Boxing definitely enjoyed their prime in like the 80s and 90s and stuff.
But that's what I like about what's going on
like
now.
Early 2000.
The early 2000s were down because the Klitschko brothers dominated everything. They said they're not gonna fight each other. So it's bad enough when you don't have an American champion or whatever. But then you got the two biggest heavyweights because they brothers. Why would they fight each other? But now turn around, you got all these great heavyweights where it seems like it's coming to a dead point where somebody got to be the top dog. And Tyson Fury got to fight Dillian White 9 times out of 10 from his next fight or whatever. So Dillian ain't no chump out. You know,
what you be watching your fights off?
Huh?
Where you be watching your fights at?
Most of the time I'll order or something like that, or me and Trey or my other cousin will link up on one or whoever house we at, they'll order it. We always find ways to make it happen. But you know, I was watching the old fight of who that was I watched last week.
Hello.
I can't even think of. But anyway, off of it. I'm just saying, because I can't think of the fight. I'm not slighting Deontay because like you don't see fights like that where it's going back and forth. Even though Tyson Fury from the 4th round on, really I say the 2nd, 3rd, 5th through 11th was all Tyson Fury. It's just the fact that even though Tyson Fury might be winning these rounds, Deontay might close out well, or he might have a spurt in that round where he tagging Tyson Fury. Like they was beating the shit out of each other. Like them punches hurt. And then the man broke his hand. He broke his. I think he broke his finger or his hand in the fight.
Yeah, well, that last fight was whack. And I
got a roll.
I like Deontay's performance. You know, I feel like it was very lackluster.
Wanted him to win. Anything outside of win for him.
I'm not one of the people that watch boxing. Like I get boxing is not all slugfest. I feel like it's the technical side, and like because some of my favorite boxers are like Winky Wright was one of my favorite boxers. He was very defensive. I like that type of stuff. So you don't gotta be slugging each other out. But it wasn't even like that. It wasn't even like Deontay was on some being defensive, counter him. I don't even think he didn't do none of that shit. It's like I'm gonna keep my hands down. I'm gonna get tagged in the face. Then I'm gonna throw these long ass low jabs, and I'm just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't have. Listen. He's a slugger. He's not a boxer. He don't know how to box. But you got to think he started boxing at 19. He started boxing at 19 though, bro. Most of these people been doing this their whole life.
Yeah,
so that's the difference.
Story. But you fought this man 3 times. That's my point.
But then you also got to realize, and I mean, it's a bad thing to get relied on it. But if this is working for every fight, why do I have to change up stuff? This is working for every fight. Where every fight, I'm knocking somebody the fuck out.
Yeah, but even
he had a knockout percentage was like 97%, 92%, something like that.
I mean, was it besides the Fury? All his wins were knockouts, wasn't it?
No, he had one where he fought a dude twice and went to the decision. Then when the second time he fought him, he knocked him out. And people think that the first time he was down was against Tyson Fury. No, he'd been knocked down before. But then you got to think about it. In 3 fights, you had 2, 4, 6. You had 7 knockdowns, 1 knockout, 1 technical stop, but 1 knockout or whatever. Yeah, it changed, Sean. It changed. We started talking about boxing, and it wasn't the greatest thing to do. But what I'm saying is, like this, he got too relied on it. So he might have trained on and train with other techniques and skills and stances and stuff. Like, first, his feet technique is horrible. His feet technique is horrible. He be off balance most time. That's why like you see him falling down because he's off balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
off balance. Like, oh, my light don't went off. That's how long the show don't been on. My light don't went off. But it's all right. So now that my light gone, we finna end the show for real, bro. I like a weirdo, nigga. So go ahead, bro. You can finish off. I'm behind you.
Oh well, yeah. Like I said, I just thought it was a bad fight, man. And I saw that. I want to quick on that Kyrie thing, man. I mean, I don't know, man. You know, Kyrie one of them people, like he got one of them strong wills. If he gonna do it, you know, if he don't want to do something, he'll want to do something. So I mean, I don't like the way do feel like they bully them and they making a big deal about it. And you know, Stephen A. Smith going in, like I don't like how black commentators and analysts, because I listen to Bo Monty Jones and I like him, but I don't like his takes on Kyrie at all. I feel like
I like Bo Money too, but I haven't heard what he said about Bo Money.
He kind of got that tight take of well, you should do it, and just like, you know, hey, it's like you kind of say, man, just fall in line, basically, just fall in line. Yeah. And it's kind of like, man, why he can't? Like, I feel like that's what's wrong with, like, you know, especially when it comes to black athletes. You know, they could disrespect you and make you do it, but it's like whenever you try to stand up for yourself, it's a problem, and then you get the most darts coming from the black commentators, the black editors. They'll do whole shows about it and they'll tell you all this, and it's like, bro, like that's why we can't get. But anyways, man, that's it when it comes to that.
All right, well, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Dante, I will be tuning into your show so you can go a little more in depth. I can hear from your mouth what I was asking. But outside that, man, you know, peace. We out.
All right.